morning, guys. It is 10:45 a.m. on a Sunday, and I decided to film a video, and I'm really excited to show you guys, or post this later. Yeah. So I'm at my sister's place this weekend, and I decided to do something a little different or new. I'm not sure if anyone else has done this, but I took 6 books off of her shelves, and 3 of which that I've read and 3 that I want to read, so I'm just gonna go ahead and elaborate on that a little. It could be like a books of my sister's tag, or siblings or friends tag if you don't have any siblings. But yeah, let's get into it. So, the first book of my sister's that I've read is F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. This book is amazing, right? Oh man, I read this book junior year high school literature. Was it American literature? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. When we read this book, I think it was the last book we read the second semester, so we ended the year with this book. No, we didn't. I'm lying to you. We ended the year with Their Eyes Were Watching God, which is also really good. But yeah, so we started the semester with this one, and it was so good, and I loved it, and it was a pretty easy read. The book is not long, like 180 pages. Yes, 180 pages exactly. So basically, it's from the perspective of Gatsby's friend, Nick. Pretty sure his name is Nick. So it's from Nick's perspective, and he is talking about Gatsby and all the people that he's come across when moving to New York and living in West Egg. But yeah, it's amazing. And the 1920s, if I could, I would totally go back to the 1920s. But that doesn't look like a thing for me. Maybe the upcoming 20s, like, you know, the big parties and if people decide to bring those back. But I don't know. But yeah, if you're really into 1920s, like really great symbolism, like, honestly, this book was amazing and I loved it so much. But yeah, also, watch the movie if you can, because Leonardo DiCaprio was amazing. It was a great film. We loved it. And all that I can say is Daisy doesn't deserve him. Moving on. The next book that I've read is In the Time of the Butterflies by Julia Alvarez. I actually have a copy of this book at home. And so basically it's about 3 sisters, the Mirabal sisters, and they're talking about, I lied to you, they're 4 sisters. But I can tell you why I said there are 3. I won't tell you because that'll be a spoiler, and I don't want it to be. I don't want to spoil it for you. There are 4 sisters. But I know especially in the beginning it's from the perspective of one, but they often switch throughout. So it's one chapter it would be one sister, the next chapter would be another, and it's kind of like in a journal format, so it'd be like date and all that great stuff. So basically they were symbols of hope during the 60s, I believe, where the Dominican Republic was controlled by a dictator. And so yeah, it's really good, and it's beautiful, it's gripping, it's like you will be involved in this. Like, it's so, like, you get so emotionally attached to the characters and their cause, and it's like you can't not love it. And it's also based on a true story, and the Mirabal sisters are real. So yeah, it's great. If you're really into historical novels or nonfiction novels, this is one for you. I love this book so much, I honestly might reread it for this August, my TBR for August, which I will have up soon. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, I know there's a movie out. I haven't read it. I haven't seen it. So I don't know if it's any good, but if you guys have, let me know in the comments below. And the final book that I've read is The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. I read this book for a paper I was writing on mass incarceration in the United States for my history class for my first semester of college. And I didn't get a chance to finish the book, admittedly, but it was really good, and I got through a good bit of the beginning, and I had a lot of useful information that I could refer to from the paper, and it helped me out a lot. So God bless Michelle, and look at what it looks like without the dust jacket. I love hardcovers because it's just like you can open them and like you know, like there's no like, it's great. It's great. So now to get into the books that I want to read. Let's start off with A Million Little Pieces by James Frey. It was on, I believe it might still be on Oprah's Book Club, but it's from what I've heard and the reviews that are at least listed on the back of the book, it's saying that it's amazing. So James Frey, he is this is his account of his 6 weeks in rehab for the use of crack and alcohol abuse. So that's honestly all I needed. It's very honest, just from the synopsis on the back. It gives me very Girl Interrupted vibes, because Girl Interrupted is where she spends a year in a psychiatric hospital. So I really enjoyed that book, and I'm definitely going to take the time to read this. I'm going to buy my own copy, because me and my sister are kind of weird about letting people borrow books because they don't give them back. And so it's just, you know, and why not get my own copy so I can like add sticky notes in it, and yeah. So I'm excited about this one. I just hit myself in the face. The next book that I want to read is Asada, an autobiography by Asada Shakur. And I'm excited about this. So I know that it focuses on when she was incarcerated for 4 years due to like kind of flimsy evidence of being an accomplice to murder. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm also going to get my own copy because I know for sure she won't let me borrow this. But yeah, and so I'm really excited, and honestly, Asada Shakur, she is living her life in Cuba. Yeah. Oh, it has a new foreword by Angela Davis. I love her. She's a professor, I believe, now. But yeah, in the end, let me get into the last book. The final book that I want to read is Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. And I've heard of this book, and I wanted to read it, but I had mixed feelings because, you know, the topic of self-harm is very sensitive and it can be triggering, and so I was like, I don't know if I want to kind of subject myself. I don't want to say subject. I don't know if I'd be emotionally prepared to read this, emotionally and mentally prepared. But you know what? I think it's time that I read it. And honestly, on the back, Nicola Yoon says it's a haunting, beautiful, and necessary book that will stay with you long after you've read the last page. And honestly, I love Nicola Yoon. I love her so much. I'd honestly say she's my favorite author. Honestly. But let's take a look at what it looks like without it. So the cover is red, and I know if it'll show up. But Girl in Pieces, it's beautiful. So I'm also gonna get my own copy of this pretty soon, before the end of August, so I can read it and add it to like my August wrap up that I'm really excited about. So yeah, that is my list of 3 books that I've read and 3 books that I haven't read from my sister's collection. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe below. Like, comment like things that you want to see me do, or if you have any book recommendations for me, that'd be great. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Be safe. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do. And have a great day and live your life and all the great stuff.